Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So 2 years ago, over 2 years ago, I brought this device to my channel. This is the MediaPad X1. This was one of the first 7-inch smartphones, and people kind of laughed at it like the Note line as well, but this turned out to be one of the best phones I could possibly pick up. It does work very well still. It's in immaculate condition because I actually keep it inside of a case. This is actually a great buy. Now back in the day, I think some phones are just ahead of their time. This is a 7-inch phone and it is very nice. So how's it running today? What software is it on? Well, this phone, I hadn't really updated the software at all. I did it back in the day, I think to 4.4 or something like that. And then I just kind of used it as is. And then I kind of taper off. When you have a lot of phones, you kind of taper off when the new phones come out. And it's kind of difficult to keep up with a lot of them. So that's kind of what happened with this phone, but it is up to date as far as software goes. I haven't checked for any software updates lately because I had to manually, back when I used to root phones and things like that, that's how I added the update to this one. And I kind of just after that just kind of tapered off. But like I said, this phone is still running great. This is a, I'm running Nova Launch on here, and I'm running the Pixel Icon Pack, if you wanted to know. It still works really good, as you can see. Now the software that it's on, I think it's still on 4.4. I believe. Yes, on 4.4.2. But nowadays, that really doesn't matter too much because this phone, as you can see, it actually works really good. I don't have any issues with it. I've torn the software on and off of this phone, and I'm telling you, it still runs like a champ. So it's got a quad-core 1.6 processor in there, and it has the HiSilicon 910 in here. So that's an older processor for them, but it has 2 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs on board, and you can see the resolution here is 1200 by 1920. So it has 342 pixels roughly per inch. This is a really good display. Now I have my name back here, but let me change the wallpaper to something else so you can kind of see exactly how nice this actually is. So let's go down here and let's choose the last wallpaper that I had on here, which I think was this one. You can kind of get a feel of how nice this screen is. I mean, 1200 by 1920, obviously that's tablet category, and this is a very big phone. It's a 7-inch display, 1200 by 1920. That's a very big display, and it's definitely it's actually really good. It's not like what you think. So going back to about here, you can see it's 1920 by 1200. It's running Emotion 2.3. That's their UI that Huawei had back in the day. You know, there are so much things about the Huawei UI that I just did not like. So I kept some kind of skin on it. I even skinned this phone to appear like the LG UI. I kept Nova Launcher on here back in the day, and I still have it on here now. Now, unfortunately, you can't put the Pixel launcher on here because you're going to need 6.0. But if I root this and put Android 6.0 on here, I could do all that, but I'm just not really, I think it's fine the way it is. Maybe I'll play with it later. But this phone definitely runs really good. One thing I like about this phone, it has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, so I can easily pull down 9, 10 hours, 12 hours of battery without even trying. And that's one of the best things about it. So I think I took some screenshots back in the day. Let me get the gallery up here. And I'm pretty sure I have some screenshots from when I first well, not when I first started to use it, but when I was doing some battery testing. And so I was able to squeeze out 9 hours and 22 minutes of screen on time and with about 8% left. Now that, my friend, and that was not in a single day. That was over a couple of days. I was actually pretty excited when I first pulled this back out. And I did that 9 hours, I think back a couple months back. My initial release of this video was going to be a few months back, but so many things, technology changes like every 5 minutes, and there's a phone coming out every 5 minutes. So this is kind of one of those niche products that if you get it, keep it, hold on to it. I've had this for over 2 years. I got this way back in August of 2014, and now we're heading into 2017. And look at how great this phone works. It's not running the latest software. Nova Launcher can solve anything. I actually have been running a different launcher on here for a short period of time. Action Launcher 3 is what I was running on there for a while. But then when the Nougat icon pack came out, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna pop that on there and just look at how gorgeous the screen is. 2 gigs of RAM, SD card slot, 13 megapixel camera on the back. You know, the phone itself can replace, this can actually replace a tablet, you know, and and a phone. Now you will look kind of silly, I guess, holding this to your head, so Bluetooth I'll recommend. But you've got a headphone jack on top, so you can use that too with a noise cancellation microphone. And then you've got USB down here. Oh, started the camera up, didn't mean to do that. Camera's good too. You've got USB and a microphone down there. On this side here, you've got your power button, volume rocker, which are placed kind of down there for you. And you've got SIM tray and SD card slots here. So as you can see, they put everything on one side, I guess, to try to make it easier for you. But nonetheless, this phone still is really nice, and to visit it again in 2016, going into 2017, it's nice, man. This phone actually, I think, is still selling at a higher price. Like, I think it's still selling for like $300, and it's kind of strange because this is an old phone and it's still selling very well. So let's go on to Amazon. Let me see if I have Amazon. Where's my Amazon app? Well, let's do eBay then. Man, where are my apps at? Let's go to the browser. So I'll go into to Amazon or eBay from here, but I just want to show you the official specs here. 7-inch, 1200 by 1920, 13 megapixel camera, shoots in 1080p, high silicon 910, 2 gigs of RAM, and a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. So, I mean, this thing is really nice, and it's super thin in the hand. Actually, it's 7.2 millimeters. So you take that in consideration. Think about an iPhone 7 Plus. You know, it's really thin. It's a thin phone. And I can hide the buttons down here. That's why I kind of like that. But let's go in and check real fast. Sorry if you guys are getting a little bit of bumpy cam. It's very difficult to do certain things behind the camera at times. So again, this phone does work. It's unlocked. It works on all carriers. MediaPad X1. A little delay there. I mean, this is a almost 3-year-old phone I've got here. So wow, look, now I paid $300, $400. I don't know how much I paid back in the day, but I paid. It's pretty much still selling at the same price. That is freaking amazing. And there's a new version of this out. The second version of the MediaPad X2 is out. That is crazy. There's my phone right there. Wow. It's still selling for the same price. Can you believe that? Or just not a lot less. So let's check the 2. There's a MediaPad X2 that's out too, and it came out last year, and it's pretty much this same phone, and it's only selling for $350. So I mean, it's got 32 gigs on board. I would just definitely tell you to get the newer version if you were thinking about getting one of these, because you know, you get the upgraded memory, you get the upgraded RAM, you know, you get a different color, but I'm glad I still have this phone, man. I'm glad I still have it. This is pretty amazing. Let's go to Amazon and see how it's doing on Amazon. I mean, we're talking about a phone that's 3 years old. So you're not going to get all the bells and whistles of today's market, but you still get a pretty stellar device. So look at this. Here's the 2 and here's the 1. The 1 on Amazon, the one I have here, let's see if I can find it if it's selling on here. But it's a little bit cheaper on Amazon, but these aren't Prime users, looks like. But yeah, they still have accessories for it. The 2 is selling for $350 on Prime, and then you've got some screen protectors and things that all match pretty much this. But let's go down here to this seller and see who's selling this. Buying options. I really like this phone. It was so much fun when I first got it. All right, so 200, and that's used. So Amazon doesn't have any new ones, but eBay has new ones. So guys, listen, if you're looking for a huge phone, you definitely will find it here. You've got a 7-inch 1200 by 1920. This isn't a video telling you to go buy this phone. I just wanted to show you that I still have it and it still gets some use. I mean, this is a good thing. 5,000 milliamp hour battery. Really solid camera. Let me grab something to take a picture of. The camera on here is good for what it is. It's got HDR. Man, but there you go. It's probably a lot of reflection, but it's good. I think I might have a night shot that I took. Yeah, here's a night shot that I took of my Moto Mod and my Moto Z or charging at night. So this is really good, man. I mean, it's not a phone that I'm going to tell you to run out and purchase. I'm not going to do that. Even though I still have it, it's still really good. I just wanted to revisit it again in 2016. This thing is still going like a champ. More importantly, you know, it runs good. I mean, it doesn't even have the latest Android operating system on here. But phones like this, I mean, why shouldn't I consider to continue to use this? I'm not going to sell this. This is just a beautiful display. This is one of those phones that I think were just ahead of its time. You know, you've got a 7-inch display. Beautiful display. Still runs good. I enjoy it. So I just wanted to revisit my MediaPad X1 in 2016. It's still running like a champ. I actually keep it in this case. Now this case is really beat up. That's why the phone probably looks fantastic. But I've got multiple cases for this too, but I love the blue case that I have it in. It's just, the case itself, definitely, the phone's been dropped in this case, but the phone is still good. So you have it, guys, revisiting my MediaPad X1 in 2016, running the Nova Launcher and the Nougat skin, the Pixel Icon pack. That's what it is. There it is right there, Pixel Icon pack. So, if you still have one of these, shout out in the comments. If you don't and you're pretty intrigued by this, or you never knew that I had this phone, let me know what you think about it in the comments, man. Take care. It's your man, Jay Will.